Dear colleagues, I am Dr. Anil Shah from Suryakant Eye Hospital. Today we will be showing 4 cases of bisection and trisection through 4 millimeter incision. This is my snare which we are using for this purpose. Now this is case 1. Translimbal conjunctival tunnel incision is done with the crescent blade. It is almost 4 millimeter incision. The crescent blade is passed very slowly. Do not use any force while making tunnel. Once the plane is achieved, you continue on the same plane. Now with this 2.8 keratom, the internal opening is done. It is slightly wider than the external opening. This is hydrodissection and hydrodelineation. Here I am using my special cannula. This is a 22 gauge cannula with the tip facing downward, and it is directly connected to irrigating bottle. With this I do multiple hydrodelineation so as to make a smaller nuclear ring and so as to achieve a core nucleus or an embryonic nucleus by doing multiple hydrodelineation and to get the smallest possible nucleus. And if we get a smallest possible nucleus, then it is very easy for us to engage with the snare, and it is very easy for us to remove through the small incision. So this particular cannula is made for hydrodissection and hydrodelineation. I do not use the regular hydrodissection cannula, but this is my modified hydrodissection and hydrodelineation cannula, which I am using regularly for all my cases. It is connected to IV line or irrigation of phaco, and slowly continuous or intermittent irrigation I do core dissection of nucleus and make the nucleus into smallest embryonic nucleus or smallest core nucleus. Now this is a small core nucleus, embryonic nucleus, which has been brought into AC by Shinsky hook. So this type of small nucleus are very easy to remove through the small incision, and it is an stress-free, smooth removal of nucleus. Now here sodium hyaluronate is injected all around so as to make nucleus stable in the anterior chamber. Now my snare bisection is used for bisecting. The snare is made smaller, and once it crosses the tunnel, it makes according to the size of incision, and a very smooth, stress-free, clear-cut bisection is done. This is the main advantage of my snare. Here you get a clear-cut bisection, and that too without damaging endothelium, without damaging posterior capsule, and without causing any stress on the zonules. This is a thin long McPherson forceps which I am using to remove all these types of fragments. I rarely use Vectis, but with this long McPherson forceps, the delivery of the fragments are very smooth, so it doesn't cause any damage to endothelium. Now again, this another half of the nucleus is brought into center by injecting SPMC, and the second fragment of the nucleus is removed by long McPherson forceps. Now here you will see epinucleus and cortical matter in the bag full of epinucleus and cortical matter, and we have removed only a core embryonic nucleus. Now with this irrigating probe, I am slowly separating the epinucleus from the capsular bag. It is a very slow movement, and try to remove all the epinucleus from the capsular bag into the anterior chamber. See, this is epinucleus is getting prolapsed into the anterior chamber. Now with slow pressure on the posterior lip of the sclera, very slowly the small epinuclear fragments are removed without any fluctuation in the anterior chamber. The cortex is removed. Now with bimanual irrigation and aspiration, the remaining cortex and epinucleus is aspirated from the anterior chamber. I always prefer bimanual eye other than Simcoe. Now this is case 2. Here the capsular excision is performed with 26 gauge cystitome. Already a 4 mm tunnel incision is done. Now the rhexis is completed. Now here again I am doing hydrodissection and hydrodelineation. My specially made 22 gauge cannula with the tip facing downward. This cannula is directly connected to irrigating bottle or irrigating port of phacoemulsification. Now I am trying to achieve core embryonic nucleus with this method, so that a smallest possible nucleus is to be taken out from the epinucleus and cortex. This hydrodissection is slow and intermittent. Main important thing is that this tip of the cannula is facing downward, so all the flow is directed in the capsular bag. The flow is not directed in the angle or towards the zonules, so there is no chance of fluid misdirection. Multiple waves are achieved, and smallest nuclear fragment is tried to separate from the epinucleus. When the nucleus is small, then you can easily remove through a smaller incision. This is my aim. So I try to remove a core nucleus by this method. Here till the complete nuclear separation has not occurred. Now one pole has got slightly separated. Now again I am trying to separate that nucleus with the Sinskey hook and bring the core nucleus out of the out into the anterior chamber. Now almost all the nucleus is brought into the anterior chamber by again dissecting it with the hydrodissection cannula. Now core embryonic nucleus is getting visible and sodium hyaluronate is injected all around the nucleus, in the angle below the nucleus and below the endothelium, so as to make nucleus free floating in the anterior chamber. Now the snare is used to perform bisection. The loop is made smaller when it is crossing the wound. Once it crosses, its size is increased according to the size of the nucleus. Now here one section is performed by the snare. The main advantage of snare bisection is that you get a clear-cut bisection, and this bisection is very smooth, like a knife passing through a melted butter. There is no damage to endothelium, no damage to posterior capsule, and there is no zonular stress. Though all the manipulations are done in the anterior chamber, they are very safe. Now again another section is done by the snare. and the nucleus is fragmented into 3 fragments. Now these fragments are separated by HPMC, and each fragment is removed by thin long McPherson forceps. The removal of the nucleus is also very smooth because the fragments are also very small. Now the second fragment is brought into the center. It is separated by HPMC. And then again it is taken out from the anterior chamber very smoothly. With the HPMC, now third fragment is also brought into the center. The fragment is very small, so it will smoothly come out. Almost care is taken that there should not be any damage to endothelium. Nucleus should not rub the endothelium. All the time viscoelastic or sodium hyaluronate is injected to protect the endothelium. Now with the irrigating cannula, the cortex is washed out, epinucleus is washed out slowly. The chunk of epinucleus is separated and it is taken out. Now this is a case 3, grade 3, grade 4 cataract. Capsular axis is done, trypan blue staging is done, and rhexis is done with the 26 gauge needle. The nucleus is nudged into the anterior chamber. Already the heterodissection and heterodelineation is done. That steps are omitted here, and we will be directly showing you how the nucleus is prolapsed into the anterior chamber. One pole is come out. Now with the Sinskey hook, the nucleus is nudged into the anterior chamber. This is a grade 4 cataract, brown cataract occupying whole of the anterior chamber. Nucleus is separated by injecting sodium hyaluronate all around so as to make nucleus free floating. That is very important thing. If the nucleus is attached to any structure, then you can create a problem. So try to separate, make the nucleus free floating in the anterior chamber. Now my snare is used for division of the nucleus. Once it crosses the tunnel, the loop size is adjusted and bisection is done. Now again HPMC is injected and nucleus is made free floating. Now with the another snare, the trisection is done. Here the nucleus is again fragmented so as to make 3 pieces. I always keep 3 snare in my autoclaved set. So one snare is used for one fragmentation, then I use second snare for second fragmentation. If something goes wrong, then I have a ready third snare to use it. Now the nucleus halves are separated by sodium hyaluronate, and each fragment is removed by thin long McPherson forceps through 4 mm incision. This is a very smooth delivery without causing any damage to endothelium. Here again the two halves are separated by HPMC. Sometimes they are so snugly fitted to each other that separation is difficult. So McPherson forceps is used to separate them and remove them. Now the third fragment is brought into the center. HPMC is injected so as to make the chamber deep. And this third fragment is already smaller. It easily comes out of the incision. Though the pupil is small, it doesn't cause any problem with bimanual irrigation aspiration. Cortical wash and bimanual irrigation aspiration is done. Cortex in the angle and in the anterior chamber is removed. Now this is a case 4. Internal incision is made with 2.8 keratome. Nucleus is brought into the anterior chamber, and now bisection is done with Meissner. This is a soft cataract. Clear-cut bisection is performed. The nucleus half are separated by viscocannula, and the nuclear fragments are removed by thin long McPherson forceps. The second half of the nucleus is also brought into the center. All these cases are unedited. Main important steps of nucleus fragmentation is unedited, and my main aim is that one technique is used for all types of cataract, so it is very easy to master us for doing cataract surgery very smoothly and to minimize our complication. My main aim is that we should use a single type of technique for all types of cataract, no change of technique for different types of cataract, and because of that the complication rate can be minimized and surgery can be mastered. Hope this technique you like it. Here the cortical wash is done with the irrigating cannula and the cortex is removed. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Hope you like this.